Hello and welcome to my academy. Students, our today's topic is mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Okay, चलो हम फटाफट start करेंगे. The mitochondria, the discovery, it is discovery. The mitochondria was discovered by Albert von Kolliker in 1857. Who discovered this? Albert von Kolliker. Discovery in 1857. The term mitochondria, जो mitochondria जो पहली बार किसने दी? It was the Carl Benda. कौन? It was the Carl Benda. चलो हम देखते हैं the structure of the mitochondria. Mitochondria कैसा होता है, ठीक है? The mitochondria is a double membrane cell organelle. We can say the outer membrane, this is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane. But the outer membrane, if you see, it is smooth. You see here, the outer membrane is very smooth. But this inner membrane, it is, we can say it is a rough, okay? The outer membrane and the inner membrane. This outer membrane and between this inner membrane and the outer membrane, okay, this is the inner membrane and this is the outer membrane, we have this space. This is called perimitochondrial space or intermembrane space, okay. That means we have two membranes. We can say the mitochondria is a double membrane cell organelle, the the internal membrane and the external membrane, okay. This folded portion, this is actually nothing but the internal membrane. It is also called as cristae. What? Cristae. This cristae we have here, this portion, this is called the matrix of the mitochondria. Cristae, we have the lollipop-like structures called as ATP synthase, where actually this ATP synthesis takes place, or where the ATP synthesis occurs. It's these lollipop structures are also called F0 and F1 particles. Okay, चलो हम पहले फिर से recall करेंगे. It was discovered by Albert von Kolliker. Then the term mitochondria was given by Carl Benda. Okay, तो इसमें smooth membrane होती है और inner जो होती है rough membrane होती है. This inner membrane is also called as cristae. Okay, cristae. And between the outer membrane and the inner membrane, we have the perimitochondrial space or intermitochondrial space. Okay, mitochondria also known as the powerhouse of the cell, because the power generation or the ATP formation takes place in the mitochondria. Okay, in the mitochondria. Now functions हम देखेंगे. Functions इसके बारे में. The most important function of the mitochondria, that is the formation of ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. कहाँ पे ATP formation होता है? That's in the mitochondria. Helps in detoxifying ammonia in the liver cells. For example, the liver cells, the mitochondria of the liver cells, they help in detoxifying ammonia. Ammonia is a toxic product. It helps in detoxifying. Okay, the mitochondria detoxifies the ammonia from the liver cells. Third one is stores calcium. The calcium is stored in the mitochondria. Actually, it generates the calcium or stores, and it also provides the calcium. These are the functions of the mitochondria. Okay, let us try to understand. Let us try to see the facts about the mitochondria. Mitochondria were once the bacteria. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? चूंकि अगर आप mitochondria देखोगे, it is a semi-autonomous body. What does this mean? That means it also contains its own DNA, its own RNA. That's it can replicate. The DNA of the mitochondria can replicate, self-replicate. Okay, that's the reason why it's called self-autonomous body. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि जो mitochondria है, mitochondria were once the bacteria. It is better understood by the endosymbiont theory. Okay, that mitochondria were once the bacteria. अगर हम यहाँ इसके ribosomes देखेंगे, the bacterial, they are 70s ribosomes. That means कि इसके जो characters है वो prokaryotic cells के साथ मिलते हैं. मतलब that once they were the bacteria. Mitochondria contains DNA called the mtDNA. Obviously, अभी जो मैंने कहा, it's a self-replicating body. It contains its own DNA called the mitochondrial DNA. Third thing, mitochondria helps in the process of apoptosis. For example, the cell has a fixed period, a time period. After that, it dies. For example, we have the RBC, red blood cell का जो time period होता है, ये 120 days होता है, and after that 120 days it dies by its own. The natural cell death, it is called the apoptosis. तो कौन मदद करता है apoptosis में, सेल डेथ होने में, नेचुरल सेल डेथ होने में कौन मदद करता है? दैट्स द माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया. माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया helps in the apoptosis or the programmed cell death. It was all about the mitochondria, the structure, okay, the inner membrane, the outer membrane, the crusty portion we have here, matrix. This is the inner membrane. On the inner membrane we have this, the matrix portion. The ATP synthesis takes place in the mitochondria by the F0 and F1 particles. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good luck.